Welcome back to Varnadore Films. Welcome back to watching film. We're back. The season is finally here, and we've got a game to talk about. I am Seth Varnadore. I'm a former high school and college football coach, and now I break down film here on YouTube. Doing a series on the Gators in conjunction with Alligator Army. You can find my previews and reviews of games during this football season there at Alligator Army. And we've got a pretty good one to review here. First game of the year, first game of Billy Napier's head coaching career at the University of Florida, and starts out with a bang. Florida and Utah played a pretty good one there in the swamp on Saturday night. Let's go through some of the key plays. Maybe there's a lot of good. Some spots Florida can improve, but obviously a great win to start a new era in Florida football, right? So let's get started. We'll start with something that seemed like Florida wanted to establish early, and obviously one of the themes of the night, Anthony Richardson's legs were going to be a part of this offense. Read early, picking up the first down. Just going back and watching Utah last year, they did not handle quarterbacks that ran the ball particularly well. I thought that would be a part of the offense here. Then on 1st and 10, we've got a Billy Napier staple. You see this one a lot when you're watching Louisiana last year. Vertical here, shallow, crosser, deeper crosser. Kind of a flood type concept, also similar to a Y cross concept, where you got a guy in the flat here, a deep crosser. Great against man coverage, also good against zone. So a real versatile concept. Obviously something you like to call early in a game because if you're not sure what you're going to get coverage-wise. See here, Utah rotating deep. He gets ate up by the shallow. So you have some space in here behind. Right there, he jumps the shallow, so space is behind him. Richardson sees it, delivers the ball on time and on target in front of the safety. Looked like Shorter was breaking to the post there. So if the safety drives that too hard, well, now you got that over the top. So really nice, versatile concept there that can be used for a variety of coverages. So great early in the game. Another thing I think is going to be a big part of the Florida offense that you saw at Louisiana is they're going to use motion. You saw a ton of motion, jet motion here. Jet motion and having Richardson there. So it's jet motion, and it's also the threat of him rolling is going to hold some eyes back here. And what's that let me do? If I can hold both these guys in the run game and I'm running like wide zone, well, now I can really I can get to that second level. Great job here by Torrance. This is really good stuff. Not only does he beat him across face, he gets him turned, allows the tackle to overtake here. Really good stuff. Good job here working the double team as well. And you see the guards able to get up to the second level. Good run here by the back for a nice gain there on first down. So really good stuff. The motion, holds some guys, then great job execution by the offensive line. I thought the offensive line looked pretty good yesterday. I think you'd have to think that against the Utah defense that's not great. I don't think they're not an elite defense, but they're sound and they do their job for the most part. They're well coached. I just don't think they lack some elite athleticism that Florida will see in the SEC and some of the teams on their schedule. But they're sound and they've got some good players. So this was not Sisters of the Poor they were playing. It's a pretty good team. Here's the fumble. But one thing to notice here, you've got a nub tight end set here. So you got three receivers to the top here in a bunch. Then you got the tight end here down by himself. as a nub. There's nobody outside of him. This is something, if you read the Alligator Army preview and you watched the Utah preview video I did last week, I thought I specifically mentioned this type of formation as something I thought could give Utah some trouble. And Florida came to it in some critical situations and picked up some key first downs and touchdowns with this formation concept. So that was fun to see. That it looks like they may have seen something similar. And here's really the first big mistake of the game, and this probably kept the game. Who knows how the game turns out if Florida goes down and scores a touchdown, but obviously points were critical, and not only did you fumble and you lose the ability for yourself to score points, but Utah's able to pick it up on the bounce there, and great job by Richardson going and making sure he didn't take it back. It ends up not really mattering because Utah goes in and scores here, as we'll see, but good effort. Points at a premium, so when you give up points and put your opponent in really good field position, that's going to be tough. Here, looks to me kind of like a sit or kind of a inverted stick look. We got curl, maybe slot fade, stick. Put it on him right now. Good throw. This is a team that's going to be tough, I think, for most people to defend if you can't just man them up. But they do some stuff like this where even if you play man, they can give you some problems. Mesh, they love this. They love the tight end attached here, and they ran a ton of flat corner, a ton of smash out of that. One of their other favorite concepts they ran quite a few times was mesh. So you get these guys crossing, you get somebody over the ball, you get a guy widening out to the flat, right? It's just a lot of traffic. I'm not quite sure what Florida was doing here. I think they were obviously anticipating a quick throw. You kind of drop him. You drop this D tackle into the hole here. Kind of anticipating something quick, but it just causes a lot more traffic. Now maybe if he's backed up another foot here, it causes him to get off his path. So it's kind of a just miss, maybe helping yourself out a little bit there. But Rising's really tough, and this tight end was a really good player. But that's something you knew going into the game. Those guys were pretty good. And there's just all the traffic in there causes some issues. Tough to defend. Florida gets the ball back. Kind of running the same concept themselves, it looks like. You got the guys crossing here. You got that mesh happening yourself, right? Tight end's there coming across. He's coming across. Richardson should be dead to rights here. This is a ridiculous play by him to get out of that. And it was just kind of the theme of the night is this guy's just unbelievably talented. And I don't think Utah's going to see anything like him the rest of the year. So good for them probably, but it was nice to see kind of what you thought he had physically manifest itself against a really good team. We saw it against some teams last year that weren't great, but to see it against a good team, that's got to make you feel pretty good if you're a Florida fan or a Florida coach there, having that guy on the team. 3rd and 15, Utah loves to rotate coverage and try to give different looks, right? So both these guys at safety are going to come down. Looks like the corners are turning and running. Right, getting depth here. Florida's just going to, looks like they're just running 4 verts. Great job kind of fighting the hole right in the zone there. As he comes down, Pearsall just beats him. Throw bends behind him. I'm assuming 3rd and 15, you may just be running 4 verts here, right? So trying to fool you with the initial presentation. Good job by Richardson, kind of understanding what it is. Good job by Pearsall, kind of running by and then getting right back, right? Because he bypasses him out here, but he kind of gets back inside there. good to maintain some leverage against this deep outside corner there. So good throw and catch on 3rd 15 for a big conversion. 3rd and 5 here. This is something you'll see. This is what's great to see this play in sequence with the next play. You got 3rd and 5. You're going to run some counter, right? Hope and kick, wrap inside. If everything works out perfectly, that's how it works, right? He comes and plays it, kind of makes you log him. So you're going to go around here. Good patience by the back. Good job here, just getting enough, and now your back's one-on-one. There's a nice cut, able to get, looks like get the first down there, right? But you see here, typically, right, we're kind of double teaming that back to him. So work double team here first, then I can climb to him. So I'm going to knock him down. He's got him one-on-one. I climb to the backside backer, right? Down here, protect the puller there, kick, and wrap, right? But watch what happens. Let's see if the right tackle gets to the backside backer. He does not. It's not really his fault. Just watch really right there. Good job. Put him on him. That's great. He's overtaken that. But look how hard this backside backer is flowing to the counter look. That makes it tough on the tackle. He stays with it, doesn't get a piece of him, but the back does a great job in space. But we go to the 4th and 2 play now. What look are we showing here? We know we're throwing it, right? We're going to show a counter look, right? If I get that same flow, well, now I should get this back wide open to the flat. So look at my flow here to the counter look. Everybody flows. Well, now it's a race. Good luck. So that, to me, is just great job by the Florida coaches, understanding what they're seeing in the box. Right here, watch the flow. Flows hard to the counter. Fourth down, I want to get this. I want to run a play action. How can I package it to make sure I get great flow here? Counter look. Here's my flow. And now he's wide open. So awesome to see that kind of sequencing. And then we get down here near the goal line. Not only do we have the tight end nub here, but what else do we notice? That's the guard. That's the center. So now we got guard, tackle, tackle. So tackle over. So tackle over into the boundary with a tight end nub formation. That's a lot of things to handle, especially when you get lined up fast. So now sprinkle that in with some zone read. There's nobody out here. These guys are all playing this. Easy money. Thank you very much. Hop in the end zone. You'll see something similar towards the end of the game. But that's the wrinkle, right? Not just the tight end nub, but I got the tackle over too. So nice wrinkle, especially mixed with tempo here. I put this on. I didn't put every play that Utah had a great play, but just we want to look at some things, and it's the first in here. But I put this on just to see Ventrell Miller take on a guard here and shed him and still make the play. This is I don't know. I don't think this is exactly how the Florida defense drew it up, but just seeing Miller kind of take on the guard with that kind of physicality and able to still kind of come off and make a tackle there. That guy's going to help a lot on defense. This wasn't a great play by the defense or anything, but just seeing him take on a guard that is obviously bigger than him there and still make the play, that's good to see if you're a Florida fan here. Here's one you bring some pressure with a safety. This is one where you just can't lose out. You can't lose leverage, right? So right here, everything's fine, but don't turn him back in. Do not let him get out here. Right? Don't lose leverage. Turn him back in. If you get this backside pursuit, now he ends up falling, but you get that backside pursuit, right? But don't lose your leverage. Again, this dude is tough. Rising is a really good player. Ventrell Miller makes a nice hit there, and I really don't know how this was a catch, but kudos to Utah for selling it and getting up the line and running the play. It looked kind of clear that ball came out at some point, but hey, that's not what they called. But this, you could help yourself out here defensively by not losing that leverage right there. Maintain that outside leverage. Turn him back inside to Ventrell Miller. All right, if Ventrell Miller's only has to get to here to make this play, maybe he gets him before the ball can be thrown, right? So just little thing. Against good teams like Utah, this is why it's so great for both these teams to play a game this early. Against good teams, little mistakes get exposed. So if you get to clean those up, that's only going to help you grow here. Again, this is one where Utah, I'm not sure exactly what happens here. It looks like you got 2 guys in 1 gap or 3 guys in 2 gaps right here. You got a double team there and nobody's in this gap here. I'm not sure if there was supposed to be some movement here. And both these guys coming on this side. It just looks like you got a bunch of guys in the same gap there. And you'd like to have all the gaps covered in the run game. Utah, I think, started going to a lot more just downhill, and Whittingham said that after the game. They had more success running, I'm assuming, inside zones, their duos, stuff like that, where they could just run downhill. Florida did a really good job with the wide zone game, I think, which was kind of their bread and butter. But great job here. This is a concept Utah runs a ton. If you watch the preview, you saw this. They love to go 4 verticals and then outside guys. Curls or comebacks close to the sticks is a concept they love. Great job of coverage by Florida here. Watch Marshall here. You'd probably like to throw that comeback. He's right there on it. Rising just makes a smart play, dumps it down, and then great tackle here by Miller. So good job. Third down, get off the field against one of their favorite concepts, force a field goal. Obviously, these are the things that Napier calls 4-point plays, because when you can kill a drive and hold it to a field goal, you stop them from scoring a touchdown. So they lost a potential 4 points, right? So Florida, I think, did a much better job winning those 4-point plays, and that's one of his points of emphasis. And that's why when you hear people talk about how great this guy is, that and how organized he is, that's what they're talking about, because those kind of plays right there. This is one where you're just kind of down. You're down 3rd and 12, down, backed up. Probably don't want to do anything stupid. This is a read of some sort. There's a run play called here. This may be like RPO with slant. Right here, you just got to be flatter if you're going to make this block. Don't run where he's at now. Assume he's going to fly up and play this hard. Run flat and you can adjust. It's hard to run here and adjust to a guy that's running full speed. So just a little bit flatter there. And now if you get that, you see here, we saw later, right now you got Henderson one-on-one with this guy right here. If he wins that, now you got a chance to make a play here. But just got to get a little flatter there. He even makes the first guy miss, so he's unblocked. But give him a chance to make a play there. This guy's good, man. He's a good quarterback. Good with his arms, good with his legs. He's going to be one of the better ones you play all year, I'd imagine. You'll play some pretty good ones just with the schedule, but this guy's going to be up near the top. He's a really good player, and he kept them in the game. Here, just got to make the tackle, right? Nothing special. Again, this tight end, really good player. Probably one of the better ones you're going to see, but you got to make that play. This was great. I missed the start of it. With 3rd and 3, throw the bubble out to that same tight end that just broke a tackle. The play is made here. I think this is Trevez Johnson, but watch how he turns it back inside, right? Don't lose your leverage. Takes on the blocker. Not only does he get some pushback, but now this thing's got to turn back inside. Last year, you'd see guys try to jump underneath, And that was just been an easy thank you very much. And now you put this guy in a really tough situation. But here, great job turning that thing back inside. Turn it back inside to your pursuit, and now a great tackle right here by Torrance. That's much better, right? And if he didn't make the play, you've got other guys flying to the football. This is the good stuff, right? Turn it back in. You don't got to make every play. Just this is when coaches, when you hear like Belichick saying, "Do your job." You're probably not gonna make this tackle there, but turn it back into these guys, and Johnson does that right here. Great job by Torrance coming up and making a play, but you had a host of blue shirts there, so really good job. Again, there's another 4-point play, hold them to a field goal. If you're going to be a good running team, you probably got to have a good boot. Condensed formation here, probably run the corner. Getting vertical here. Running the crosser. I'm not sure if he's block and flat or just block. But a little boot action. Florida will not boot to the quarterback's weak hand. So here he's covered up. The run fake here. Gets our buddy to bite up. Easy decision to come to the crosser. Great throw. He kind of strings it out a little bit here because he feels like maybe if I throw it now, this is a little bit of traffic right here. Maybe he kind of strings it out, lets it develop, get across the field. Great throw and catch for a first down there. Pretty sure it's the same concept we started the game with. Shallow, crosser. I'm sure he may be running a dig backside. That's if it's kind of white cross-ish. On time and on target again. You see here the crosser. Widens him out. Here, there's the hole. He flows to the back. He's going to take the shallow coming across. Thank you very much. On time and on target throw. And then this is always nice. As a coach, you like when you have a guy that can just do this, break somebody off 40 yards downfield, and make it look effortless. I believe that was Clark Phillips, who a lot of people think is a really, really good player. So, yeah, pretty good to have that guy on the team. And, he's a real team guy, so let's wave to the recruits and let them know you'd like them to come join you there. So just a total team player there. All right, this is one thing I didn't see a ton of. I thought Florida played this better for the most part. Counter, remember that? I think you'd probably want him to squeeze this a little bit and just instead of trying to win there. And this is something that he's had an issue with at times during his career is playing this kind of block. Let's squeeze that thing down and really kind of make this hole muddy here instead of playing off of it getting kicked and now it's wide and my puller's got a direct lane there, right? That makes it a little bit tougher. And then play the pull. Probably don't give up the inside there. Probably maybe spill that thing out here to him. So, but I got one later. They played pretty well. So, not great. LSU flashbacks there, but I think this team's doing much better into that department here. Again, they started to go to a little bit more vertical run game there. Started to kind of lean on Florida a little bit in the run game, just downhill, not as much side to side, and started to kind of get lathered up. Now this is a tough one here. I think the difficulty is you have a tight end here, you have a tight end here, and initially you have the back in the backfield. So I can't remember which side he was on. If he's on this side, it makes it even tougher. But what this basically becomes, once he motions to here and they're going to snap it, this is basically bunch, right? To where you'd have 1, 2, and 3, right? Look at that sideways drawing. That's pretty good stuff right there. But I don't know if they were playing this as bunch. But this motion, coupled with that formation, makes it really tough to kind of, oh, this is bunch. I got to play it like bunch right now. Now, if he's in the backfield, maybe they should have played it like bunch anyways. But that's kind of the confusion here, I think, is the motion to this. And, again, this is something that gets cleaned up on the last play of the game. They motion into bunch, and Florida plays it really well, obviously. But good design. I mean, this is a well-designed offense. And then what are they running? They're running mesh. Instead of him running the flat now, he's running the rail, running the wheel. So well-designed, and you can see the confusion, right? Do I need to carry that? And then, well, I got this bunch. These guys are coming back in. Do I need to be playing that? Motion causes confusion for defense, right? And that's the issue. So get third down and goal. Good job by the defense staying strong here. Bowing up, getting yourself to 4th and goal. And a 4th and goal, great job. I think it was Ventrell Miller getting downhill, getting his helmet on the ball. But what lets you do that? You got 2 guys right here that are winning at the snap and making it difficult, right? This is one of their favorite plays on the goal line. They want to, it's hard to see here because when this got caught, but tight end there, tackle there, here's the guard. One of their favorite plays. If you watched the preview, you saw this play. They want to be down block, kick out, and then he's leading on him. So on the whiteboard, this looks great because I'm down there, he's gone. I'm one-on-one with him, he's gone. I'm down here, he's gone. My guard's coming to kick what I think might be a safety at McMillan, and then I've got him coming through the hole here. But Florida's able to get some penetration there on the down blocks and kind of holds up any movement vertically. Good job. I think that might be a freshman coming in here. Eating up this fullback block, and it allows your linebacker, right? He eats this up. It allows him to come through clean and make a play. And this is a play they just pounded people with last year. So great job. Allows him to come get a helmet on the ball. Ball right there. And that obviously was important. First play in the end zone. You want to talk scared of money don't make money, right? There it is right there. Running a boot out of your own end zone. You probably feel pretty good about it when this guy's back there, though. But just a simple fake boot. Sure, he's vertical. He's running across. Probably, if you don't like it, keep it yourself. He probably could have kept it himself. Puts it on shorter there. Picks up the first down. Similar concept here. Condensed formation. Crosser. You got one to the flat. Now, with jet motion, watch the play you get from the jet motion. You get this play from the jet motion. He comes up. He sees the shallow, or he sees kind of the tight end sneaking back across. And now good route here by Shorter. Right, I saw some people say there wasn't a ton of separation created, but he does a good job here. I think he stair steps the guy, which you want to do on a crosser, which is also a sign of being well coached there. So you could just run, what's a stair step, right? You could just run straight across, and now he can turn and sprint with me, right? Because he doesn't know where I'm going, so he's just going to follow me, right? So I could just run straight across, and then it's just a foot race. Or I come here, and I stair step, right? What's a stair look like? Let's say we're going up the stairs here, this way. So I stair step him. So I get to here, and now I get vertical for a step or two. So now he's here, and he thinks I'm vertical, so he turns to run, and then I actually break it back off. Now I create my separation. Let's watch it happen. Boom, get vertical. Now break it off. And look at the separation I've created. It's probably a little bit more than if I just turn and sprint it across the field, right? Let him run in my hip pocket. Protection issue from the back here, and then you can't do this. Do not do this. Probably the only really bad play of the night, but looks like you got some crossers coming here, maybe 3 verts is what some people call it, and then a shallow coming back across. If the back's able to pick this up and gives Richardson some time here, who ends up making the play, almost gets the pick, Van Fillinger, who's a defensive end that they've dropped out here in coverage. All right, let's watch the whole thing back one more time, and let's watch number 7 here. We'll keep our eyes on 7. Right, he runs with a crosser. Richardson trying to make a play. 7, right? Well, these guys are all running vertically as well. So who's running with the tight end coming across on the shallow? 20 was attempting to, but he kind of pulls off, right? But he may see Richardson. But right here, it's a foot race, and you've got the lead. Zipper's a pretty good athlete, so you feel pretty good about it. But you lost right here. So if you're able to maintain this, and this might also be one where in pass protection, you maybe full slided it because you thought I'm getting these 5, right? So this is a good call by Utah here. Or I'm getting these guys all blitzing and then one off the edge. So I called a full slide here. That means everybody's going left, including the left tackle. But if he's able to pass that off and come back, which is not easy. Let's not act like that's an easy thing to do. But now, and we can shore that up. Well, now you've got a chance to at least drop it over here, let him run to it, and maybe you got a chance to make a play. But protection issue, you got to pull the ball down. Both these quarterbacks, any protection issues, they can kind of clean it up. You saw Rising do that a bunch too. So Florida's got a punt. You got him pinned back, but this is a great play by them. They're doing like a stick, right? We saw the stick route early in the game. So you're doing like a stick and go here, like a stick stutter. Cody Alexander on Twitter, I think it's at _coach_A. He's a great resource. He loves Patrick Toney. I talked with him in the offseason. If you look back through the playlist here, you can see me talk with him about Patrick Toney's defense. He's written books on defense, really good defensive coach. He talked about this play specifically on Twitter today, so he's a good follow if you like X's and O's stuff like this. But his thing was basically you don't look back for the ball. You just got to play through the hip and play through the hands. So right here, this isn't terrible position right there, right? You're not in bad position. You're engaged. If you just kind of look through and play through the hands, you got a chance. But watch, look back for the ball. Right? Once he looks back for the ball, he loses them. And so they teach these guys to not look back for the ball. So right here, you just look back for the ball. That's something that could be cleaned up. If I just stay attached to the hip, right, look where my position before I look back for the ball right here. I am in phase right here. I've got a chance to make a play on his hands. Once I look back, I lose it. And then a really good throw and a really good catch. Like those two guys are really good players. They're gonna get theirs. Just like Whittingham said, Richardson's gonna get his. They're gonna get theirs. Here's counter. Hey, they played a little bit better here, right? Take on that first puller with some physicality. Bend it back inside. Don't let the tight end just get tee off on the second level player. It's obviously it's productive play because they pick up the first down, but you're not getting gashed in it. So you're playing it a little bit better. Again, you got some guys jumping out of gaps, I think. This caused some issues, right? He was outside here, lined up as a wing out there, so you got to respect these guys as receivers. What they would do, though, and this is a bunch, is they would insert him in a lot. So I'm playing, he just plays the point out there, and then I insert this guy in. So I'm almost getting two guys, almost like a double ISO here from these two guys. So you're just able to get a ton of push there and get downhill. So that was an issue, and you see that, I think, on their touchdown late in the game. This one's a total bust. There's nobody playing quarterback here. I'm not sure if this was some kind of like gap exchange where you can play the dive and I'm going to play quarterback, but it doesn't happen. He's definitely not getting out there. He's coming across the whole time. So just a bust here. And Rising's a smart player, and he's able to take advantage of it. All right, this one, good play, but this crew was not calling a lot of holding last night. Trey Dean here gets rock bottomed. It's a great move, great audition for the WWE right here. You got one hand on the back, one hand wrapped around here. Didn't get a lot of elevation on the rock bottom, but take him down. Probably a hold. On another view, it looked like there was a hold here too, but it might have been ticky tack. The rock bottom does not seem to be a ticky tack hold call, but you don't get it. You got a chance to come up and make a play. You don't make a play. They're pretty tough. They got some good running backs. They score. So, right, no officials as excuses here. Really cool design here, but Florida has this played perfectly. So they're going to hand it here, hand it back to 80. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his last name, so you notice I've been avoiding it. And then I think they're going to run speed option with Rising as the pitch man, right? Awesome, cool play. But Cox is here, so that thing's got to get pitched soon, and now you've got one for Rising. So Florida's got it played pretty well, actually, even before the exchange issue. But cool idea here. Hand it back and run speed option. Pretty sweet looking. But they fumbled it, so missed the 2 point. This just looks to be a simple crow flat look. Not much on this. You motion. He's going to run a deep curl. Motion the receiver in. And then take him back out. This is also something you could do in the run game eventually and run like triple option with it. To where I can read this, pull it, and now he's my pitch man. Basically what it is. But that motion, you might confuse who's number one, who's number two now. Just enough separation and a great ball there for a first down. Again, more motion, right? We're seeing a ton of motion. Motion and Richardson are going to hold guys. Having that to the same side holds eyes, and the ability for Richardson to pull it is going to hold guys backside too. So you should be able to do some good things on the front side of the run game. Utah kind of gets caught in a game here where he's dropping back. Florida does a good job handle it. See one on the ground, working the second level here. Nice finish there. Getting up to the second level here by the guard. I think you have to feel pretty good with the Florida offensive line, how they played, right? Hey, here we go. He's a wing, but it's a nub tight end. You got two on up here, which means it's probably going to be a run play. One of these guys is ineligible, right? 2 on, so he's covered up, so he can't go out for a pass. But they got to play 3 over 3, or you can throw it. And then you got the tight end as the nub. Split zone. Great job here. Gets held by kind of the split zone look right here. Flows. Good job getting there, sealing that. There's your hole. Nice little spin move through the arm tackle. Picks up a big first down on 3rd and 2. And here's just some classic wide zone, right? Wide zone, you're doing horizontal movement to create vertical seams in the run game. Horizontal movement to create vertical seams. This is a great example of it. Horizontal movement, great job overtaking this, and now I'm just getting flat push down the line of scrimmage. Look at them cave this backside in. Does enough to control that. The backside gets caved down, and now the cut is vertical. Get vertical. Safety gets flows too hard to the front side trying to catch this wide zone. Easy pickings for a touchdown there. Great cut. Great job by the offensive line. And then you see the threat of Richardson here. What does that do? Well, I got to hold, right? Because if he pulls this, I got to be a quarterback player. So that opens up the back door as well. Well-designed. You got to watch two very well-designed offenses play. This one's on here just because it's worth a rewatch. Maybe a couple. Yeah, this is just insane. I don't know his hands must be gigantic, by the way, because the ball is like a Nerf ball. But that's just ridiculous. The old jump pump fake, laser beam to the back, and he's into it. Utah starting to get lathered up a little bit here. Again, you got guys. We got a gap issue here because we're there, and then I'm getting doubled. There's nobody in this gap right now, so that's a gap issue right there, right? Nobody's in that gap, and this dude was a big boy, tough to tackle, right? So kind of expound it there. This is tough. I mean, this is tough. This is a tough-looking bunch. You see so many times guys just fly out of this and hit the flat. So as soon as they give you width, you kind of widen a little bit back underneath there. And if Florida's boxing this, right? So if Florida boxes it, which is how some people play the bunch. First thing short inside. First thing short outside, deep inside, right? So this kind of messes with those rules too. So great concept here by Utah. First thing short inside is him. So he takes it. First thing short outside, well, it looks like initially off release it's going to be him. So you're looking, I got to play this outside. And he just breaks you off on like a follow, right? Right behind there. Good design. Tough, really tough to guard. Messes with your rules a little bit there. Really tough for anybody to guard. But good design by Utah on that. Messing with some of the rules there. This one, I'm surprised they didn't review the spot. This one, good job taking on the back there by Miller. Thought that one was a little bit closer. And then Florida getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine here with the boot. You got it. Except where Utah would kind of slow playing this a little bit and having a quarterback player. Cox is just flying down the line. This is what happens. You don't have a quarterback player. He drops it off there. So there's still some things to fix defensively. And here's that insert we were talking about earlier. He starts out here. Inserts in there. So I think that's why you get some bodies outside here initially. You'll see, I think they're playing man coverage, or it looks like some type of, as you may do on the goal line, because once he inserts inside, you see him come back inside a little bit too. It makes it a little bit tougher for himself to make the play there. But, again, that guy's a load. So, you got two good teams, two good coordinators here. This was obviously a really big play right here. Underrated. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this one, but also trust from Richardson, right? This is a run play. They're running here. Richardson probably has the option to keep this himself. and run it, or if the numbers are good, he's going to throw it. He likes the numbers here. Showing a lot of trust. If he kept that there, you see the play developing up here. He's probably, running right there. Throws it out there. Great play. Not the best, probably not the right read here. You've got 3 over 3, it looks like. If you're 3 over 3, you probably rather him just keep it, but awesome job here by Henderson. Making a guy miss. He had a pretty good day, and he had a good day in the practice I was able to attend and got to watch them go through the whole practice and the team drills. He had some pretty big catches, so good to see him carry that from the spring into the fall. Here you got a little split zone. Nice kick right here. Again, good job on the backside, caving that down. Etienne, this is the first run of his I think we've seen. But man, he had some electric runs there. He doesn't cough this one up. He probably takes it to the house. So maybe the fumble was fortuitous. Obviously, a fortuitous bounce, getting that back, let you run a little bit more clock down. Instead of scoring with 4 minutes left, you score with 1:25, I think. So maybe a fortuitous fumble if there ever is such a thing. But good bounce and way to go down and get that thing. 4th and 3. Diabate on the edge, right? One of the transfers who can play on the edge. He's on the edge there, not able to quite get there. Richardson is a cheat code in these kind of situations and is able to just go. I think Florida understood that this is not this is not necessarily a 4th and 3. I think they thought they might get some blitz. It really looks to me like you're running almost shallow sting a little bit, where he's going to have a deep over. He's going to come like he's running the shallow and then get vertical, which 4th and 3, man, I don't know. But I think you probably tell this guy, hey, if they drop back and play that, take off. He does. The old pump fake 5 yards downfield always works. First down. Florida continues on the drive here. Nub tight ends. 2 tight ends. Here. Tackle over here. So not I guess not really nub tight end, 4 to a side here. And then the tackle over. Tackle over. Those guys are able to wall that down. Great cut. This is really good job by Johnson here because this is not a killer block. It's enough, but he is patient. I think Napier said he was he thought he was like Le'Veon Bell, right? The patience here to press this, get him to step up here, and then make the cut, right? He eliminates this free hitter from the play right here. There's a free hitter. Get him to step up in the hole. And now he's done because I'm going to cut out here. Great job. Then, right, I fumbled in the first half. Talk about taking coaching, being coachable, and coaching up during a game. 2 hands on the ball. He's trying to go down here, I think, and make Utah burn a timeout or burn some more clock here. He's trying to go down. They call him out of bounds. Utah players able to kind of escort him out of bounds there, but he's trying to go down. That's probably the only thing you want to change there. And you see, I think this is some good leadership right here by Richardson. You see him going. He's probably saying, he's like, hey man, just fall down and bounce. Let's run that clock. That's as a coach what I'm choosing to believe he said there is, hey man, fall down. Let's run that clock. He says, hey, I tried. Nice little helmet tap there. Let's go on to the next one. Then 2nd down here. Same wrinkle we just saw, but you move the receivers over here. But you got 2 tight ends. You got tackle over. So you got the nub tight end look here. You got tackle over. You got 2 receivers out there to force them to play that. And was there any doubt he was keeping it, right? I'm sure after that timeout, Napier said, hey, man, we're good if you just keep this one. Don't even worry about the read. He keeps it, beats everybody to the end zone. Nice little roll there to take the lead. Now the Gator defense has got to get off the field with a lot of time. But you can kind of pin your ears back a little bit. Rising's so tough, able to keep his eyes downfield, make the throw there for the first down. I thought this was the Dwayne Thomas moment, right? 1997, Florida State, #1 team in the country, comes in. A similar part of the field, I imagine, a similar throw. Dwayne Thomas gets underneath it, makes a pick, gets tackled by his own teammates, falls down. The game's over. Florida wins. Greatest game ever played in the swamp, right? That's the nickname. I thought we had another Dwayne Thomas moment right here. Even pretty close to the number. Just missed it. We were close. Just missed it there. Gets him to second down. Mesh again, right? We've talked about this. This is one of their favorites. If you watch the preview, you saw this. Mesh. Guys getting caught in the wash. That's kind of the point of it, right? You see here 86 has a nice pick right here. Getting caught in the wash. That's how that guy got it so open. He runs out of bounds. Again, a well-coached team here. You knew he was going to have a lot of time. Right here, you're playing. So you're playing coverage in the back end. You're trying to at least play some games up front to make it tough. All right, you got here. He's looping there. He should be coming inside here, I'd imagine, if he's looping all the way around there. So you got some gaps we're giving up right here with this, and now once he takes the back there, that opens some things up right there. Nobody's in these gaps here. Rising's, again, really smart players, able to take off, picks up a big chunk, and now you're starting to get a little tight if you're at Florida Field. Completes another ball to the tight end there. And now we go second down here. Second and goal. So the receiver, we didn't get this till right at the snap, but the receiver starts out here. You have the two tight ends here. So receiver starts out here. So they don't start out in the bunch, right? Like the throw to the running back. I don't think they started out in a bunch, but you kind of motion to it, and you've got to make a quick adjustment. Well, the receiver motions into the bunch, and Florida does a good job making the adjustment. Right, we saw they like to run stuff inside. They also love to run like curls out of this. So Barney does a good job, right, kind of keeping his eyes. There's a curl coming right there. They played it really well here. Right, so this is bunch. Similar rules, like first thing deep, first thing short and outside. So he takes that flat route. They play this pretty well. He's got eyes here and just makes an awesome play. And you got to feel good for that guy coming back. Struggled a little bit in this game, right? But that's a really good player he was going up against for a lot of this. And then makes an awesome play that'll, I'm sure, be talked about forever, especially if this team has a better season than people anticipate. So that's your name in the history books, right? Great play. Beautiful catch, by the way. Just a great catch. I know a lot of people probably thought that thing hit the ground clean as a whistle. Great catch there. And that's a good way to steal Billy Napier's first game. So a lot of good stuff you can fix, but when you're playing your first game against a really good team, especially defensively for Florida, the Utah offense is really good. They're going to give a lot of people problems. I'd probably take the NFL draft might not be thinking it, but I'd take this quarterback for Utah over the one Florida's going to see next week if I needed to win a game right now. Give me Cam Rising. He'll win some games. So he didn't make a ton of mistakes, but Florida got him to make a critical one on the last play here and wins the game. And then, let's see, this is a veteran move here on the celebration. Obviously, a little bit of a moment of catharsis here, I'm sure. But here's a veteran move right there. Helmet off. No, put that thing back on. I'm not getting a penalty, right? Great veteran move right here. And got to be a great feeling for this guy. Coming back, making a big play in the first game. Helmet off. Nope, put that thing right back on. Nobody saw that. All right, great. Awesome way to celebrate there. Awesome job by him. Great job by the Florida players and coaching staff. That's a really good Utah team. So great win to kick off the Billy Napier area, but no rest for the weary. You got a tough game coming up next week against a Kentucky team that'll probably want to do some similar stuff to Utah. So they got a good chance to see how you're going to defend it and how you're going to play on offense. So I'd expect another pretty tough test there next week. But this Florida team, they've got something to them. They played pretty hard against a really good team. It'll be fun to watch their progress the rest of the year. Once again, that awesome Star Wars wipe means we are at the end of the video. If you like what you saw, if you want to see more college football schematic-related content, please subscribe. We should be putting something out every week, hopefully during the season. Just whatever teams are trending or kind of what interesting scheme stuff. If you want to watch older videos, there should be a link at the top of the page here. And you can follow me on Twitter at Seth Varnadore. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.